Tiberius was born in 42 BC. He was the son of Nero and the daughter of Livia. He was ran off by Augustus because their family decided to go with Mark Antony. And obviously he was defeated by Augustus in the Battle of Actium. He then hid, but then Augustus decided to take him under his wing and give him experience and gave him a generalship, where his first assignment was to go into Hispania and crush the revolt, helping the annexation of Hispania. Then he went to Rhaetia and Dalmatia, further conquering there, and also campaigning in Germania, where he would campaign to help with Germanicus, another conquest in Hispania. He would also, with bold intentions in Parthia, he would settle a peace agreement where they got their eagles back that they lost when Crassus fought them in the 50s BC when he did his failed expedition. He came back as a hero because the standards were very important to the Romans. And this was the first part of his life. He was also married to Julia the Elder, and by 11 BC, Augustus's options for choosing who the succession would be were getting limited since Agrippa died. And Augustus told him to divorce his first wife, Hispania. At this time, then Tiberius put himself in his self-imposed exile at the city of Rhodes, where he would regularly have authoritarian tendencies and become even a bitter old man that nobody liked to be around. And this would fuel his coldness during his emperorship. Him and his new wife, Julia, hated each other, and she slept with everybody. She was known to have slept with so many people, and this was like a dishonor to him, so he hated her. Eventually, he would just govern in Rhodes, debate people, be lazy, and eventually, by the time Augustus was on his deathbed, all his heirs had run out. Drusus, Marcellus, Gaius, Lucius, Marcus Agrippa, and others, because Tiberius was his last option. This would even further fuel the hate of Tiberius, because in his will, Augustus' will, he made it very clear that Tiberius was not his first option. He was like, yep, I hate this guy, but he's the only option I have. So this would further bitter him. In 14 AD, he would finally die. Augustus would die, and he would take on the emperorship, although reluctantly. I believe this was just to make himself look humble, like Augustus did. Or maybe he actually didn't want the job. But either way, he would become emperor by 14 AD. Tiberius' military career was amazing. He conquered Pannonia, Rhaetia, put down revolts in Hispania and Germania, and was an excellent commander, although his administrator skills was average to say the least. Although he spent his money well during his reign, and that was good, but along with his extensive military career, he also built some things. He also put down, or at least had a revolt put down under his reign in North Africa, a mutiny, and others. He also furthered the borders, consolidating, with Germanicus campaigning in Germania it was looking really good for him since he was avenging and the emperor was taking some of the credit, but Germanicus was taking a lot. And Germanicus was the heir apparent until 1980 when he mysteriously died, like Alexander the Great, which he's often compared to. He also organized the provinces of Cappadocia. I forgot the other one's called. He also furthered stability by lasting through the empire's first succession, which was unparalleled because he's only the second emperor. He also organized a lot of things that Augustus had left, like organizing a third succession. And I say this because you think it's weird that organizing your successors, but this is something that Hadrian would do. And I feel that Tiberius probably didn't make the greatest choice, but anyway, he died. He died in 37 AD, and at the start of his reign, it was disorganized. He and his mother apparently organized the assassination of the only male descendant of Augustus, Agrippa Postumus, which furthered got stability over his reign, preventing any other dynastic struggles that could go for hundreds of years. He also did other things, including getting his mother off his back because his mother was very controlling during this time, until he exiled her, or basically just said, "Leave me alone, Mom," and he got out of there. And that was Tiberius. He had an extensive military career, brought stability upon the land. The reason why Tiberius's reign is often looked down upon is because of Sejanus. For about half of his reign, he left in exile, where the Senate after left terrible rumors of apparently being a pedophile and other things, but we don't know if this is true, like many hostile sources. Sejanus had corrupt treason trials where he would just execute his rivals. He was a military man. With Tiberius, he gained his trust, got up the ranks of Praetorian prefect, and used his power while he was away and executed senators, and eventually he would go on to be executed. Tiberius in 33 AD. This would bring stability, but this left terrible rumors with Tiberius, and is again a reason why his reign was bad, or is considered bad by sources. And we will talk about if Tiberius was a good emperor. I do think that Tiberius was a good emperor. There's a tier list I'd probably put him at A. He brought stability, lasted the empires for succession, annexed 2 provinces, put down revolts, was a spender, although Caligula would make sure that to lose that. But overall, I put him as an A-tier emperor, just for money and just lasting long enough. But to be fair, some blemishes on his reign is Sejanus. I'd say that's about it. But I don't think that's enough to put him down a tier. I think it was overall still good.